All right, you groovy grasshoppers. It's Monday, 11 o'clock, all over the universes. I keep watching those reels. I know I keep forgetting this guy's name. Harry, the really intelligent guy, the black guy.
Neil
Neil. Yeah.
Tyson DeGracie, something like that. Yeah.
I think he's more for real than most of these guys. But he's got a lot of information about the universes, you know. How,
Oh no, he's the real deal.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's got some controversial.
Yeah.
You know, when you're dealing with theory, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I like the way he puts. He's very dramatic the way he's talking to me too. It's very good. Yeah. Very cool.
He's good. Very good.
All right. Debate Mark Puttenvink with Patriot Training Systems. When's the Navy SEAL? Navy SEAL.
August 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mimsy, you gorgeous creature, magical creature. You, Susan Brooks. Susan,
Good
be happy
morning.
today. Rangers won. And then we got our buddy up there, beautiful Buffalo, Ron Jameson, magical veteran.
Yeah.
Hope we're doing well. How are the playoffs for Buffalo this year? Oh, sorry, they're not. They're not.
That's a franchise that really needs some help.
Wow, and they fired the coach. Another coach is gone.
Yeah.
But I think in the National Hockey League, I don't know. What's your opinion? I thought Jared Gallant was a fantastic coach. Had a fantastic season in his first season there. Then gets fired. And now Lavalette, who's getting fired everywhere, comes in and he leads the team to the best record they've ever had. So
it's like anything else. You just got to hit at the right time with the right group of guys.
Yeah.
You know? If you don't have the players, you can't win.
Yeah. Don't you think so? Like the leadership in the room and everything is such a big thing.
Yeah. And I think what's happened now, I mean, you could see everybody played bigger yesterday.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
They really played bigger. And that's why you have a guy like this kid. I mean, he's, you know, if he wasn't playing in New York, no one would know about him. But
yeah,
there's my man. Keith's got to be happy.
Another veteran there. Keith, morning to you.
And what I was not surprised, but I was happy to see Laviolette put him right back out after that 2 minute. And that was a week.
Week. Yeah, playoff game especially. I think it's because it's him, right? They're trying to set some.
Yeah. But in all fairness, I think they made like the next call on Washington was just as weak.
Yeah.
They're holding along the wall. No, that's. You gotta fight through that. It's cool.
You know, it's funny. I haven't watched any of my old games for years. So now they're popping up on YouTube, I guess, because I watched one and they keep popping up.
Yeah.
And, we were faster than I thought. We played. Yeah. I kept thinking that, especially compared to today's game, we looked like a bunch of slugs. But they had that big series against the LA Kings. We had the brawl in the second game. And we had a good team, too.
Like I said, I think the difference now is no red line. So that speeds things up.
Yeah.
And the sticks. I mean, you can't, this new technology with the sticks, but the skating is skating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is different with the red line. There's a few times we get called for the outside pass, and we slowed the game down.
Yeah.
And we had a good bunch of guys. So, man, we had that big brawl. Eddie Hospital, Chris Katsopoulos. Yeah. Dean Talifas was a great player. I had this guy, Jerry Gillis. Remember Jerry Gillis?
Yes.
Yeah. Peter Wallin.
Peter Wallin, little right-handed.
Man. Even Anders and Ulfie, who are more the skilled guys, man, they were going at it too. They were fighting. Ulfie was getting in fights. And
everybody gets into the spirit if you have it. Like I posted a video this morning. So Driver and I, with Dave Laura, we had this team in New York, and it was overage league. So you could play to your 22nd birthday.
Oh, okay.
So I had a lot of 6th and 7th year junior guys from Canada.
Right?
No, great group of guys.
Yeah.
They could really play. And we played Toledo the very last game of the season. And we were number 1, they were number whatever it was. And Driver said, listen, based upon their history, they're going to try and suck us into a brawl.
Oh.
Because they want to get some of our better guys suspended, right? And the Toledo guy, he was playing games too. He had 2 teams there, one team in our league and one team in the North American League. And because Bruce is very good with this stuff. He calls me in the office and says, hey, look, this guy played in Cleveland and had a helper up in Michigan. So they were putting him, this guy, so he'd be eligible to play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Anyhow, long story short, very last game of the year, sure enough, I don't know, it was the third period, and they just start going crazy. Toledo sending guys over the wall. And I had this player in front of me, Troy Boudreau, who's from the Sioux, from Sault Ste. Marie. And he's got one leg over the shotgun. I'm going, go. Driver's over there going, no. So it was comical, but yeah.
We were, remember they had the minor league team up in Danbury, Connecticut.
Oh, yeah.
It's famous because the Mob family owned it or something, right?
Yes.
So they had they had some kind of game where they had me coming in as a coach and coach the team. They had a tough guy on the ice, and someone was tapping on the ice. So I tapped him on the shoulder. Come on, go and get it done. Goes over and gets some crap beat out of him. I thought you were tough.
Was Dave McIsaac, was he coaching there then?
I don't know if he was. I can't remember why I was there coaching. Something.
So I'll tell you the Dave McIsaac story.
Yeah.
He was in Hartford, I guess, when I was with the Rangers. And he calls me one weekend in this league, same league. He said, "Hey, listen, man, I need a defenseman for the weekend. We're playing down in New Jersey. I had a team for a bit." And I said, "Geez, I don't know." So I called this guy, Nicky, who was a cop, right? But he had played a little bit in the East Coast League. And I called him up. I said, "Hey, blah, blah, blah." And so he plays, right? And I called him the next day. I go, "Were you like number 6, number 7?" He was Mark. I was number 2. We had 4 guys.
Oh, is that right? Oh,
Yeah. And it was like 2 games in a row or something. But yeah,
oh.
that was a fun league. I mean, there was a lot of.
Yeah.
I don't know if John Morasti, I don't think he played that league, but there was some other legendary.
Oh, he's a tough little guy. I've seen a few of his fights. Man.
He can go. He's from, he's one of those tough kids from the reservation.
And there's no like style or anything. Just stand there and throw him as hard as you can.
Oh, he's got a head this big.
Yeah. Like a Ty Domi kind of guy, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He'd let you get tired trying to string him out, and then he'd just come back and wallop you.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Imagine doing that for he did it for a long time too.
Long time. Yeah. I actually, just by chance, got to know the guy that represented him. I don't even know if they really have representatives in the American League, but
yeah.
Anyhow, yeah. So when they came out, the movie came out a few years ago about the tough guys. What was it called?
I know. Goon. Was it Goon or no?
No. It
was it a documentary?
Documentary. Yeah. They had the premiere in New York. So this guy called me up and said, "Hey, I got tickets if you want to go." So Sean and my son and I went. It was pretty good. Because Eric Bolton was at the premiere, and
Colton was in that too, right? There's Colton in that.
Yeah, the lot of guys in it, and they, pretty much they lay the case. Listen, it's not really a job you want to do.
Yeah. But what's interesting that too? They had a doctor con near the end, and I can't remember how he worded it exactly. He says, "But don't be mistaken," and this we've already talked about it. People get concussions without getting hit in the head too, so it isn't just.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, I know what I want to have a little debate with you about. We've discussed this a few times. Organic food, the cost. Now, I've done some research, and so here, and this is where I got to remember this properly. So they can't have used chemicals in the soil for a period of 3 years, and then they can get their certification that they're organic. Right. But then they don't really ever have to do anything. Now, they have people come in and inspect them once a year, but they don't really have to do anything to prove that they're organic.
Yeah, and again, this gets back to we're trusting our government.
Yeah, right. But I guess it's also like it's now they kind of use that as a way to crank up the price. Where really there isn't any extra cost.
Well, from my understanding, maybe I'm wrong. There is the extra cost is because you have to do this due diligence and you have to provide documentation of it. Maybe, and this is an assumption, but maybe they only come in once a year, but you have to provide documentation throughout the year. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I look at it this way. Certain things I would be very concerned about that they are organic, and that's my proteins. I want to make sure that my chicken, my beef are as close to grass-fed and free range and all that you can get. When it comes to vegetables, if it's frozen, I guess the danger is the water that they use to grow it in the soil.
Yeah.
But they flash freeze it right away. So it's in many cases fresher than if you buy so I don't know, say a pepper, it may come from California. It's a week before it hits the grocery market.
Yeah.
And that's why you get home and you go, this thing's rotten.
Yeah, totally.
It's tough, but the good news is the weather's breaking and there's a lot of local places you can go there and be assured that what they're telling you is pretty much fact.
Enforcers, everybody calls it the enforcers.
Yeah, was that it, Keith? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the whole, and I just think it's a scam to crank up the prices to say you're getting organic food, so now you pay twice as much.
I mean, it may be in some cases, but I think the overarching issue is it isn't. And again, like I get my chicken from D'Artagnan, which is organic, and they're local from Long Island, so I feel kind of confident.
Right.
Like when you see like a Tyson's and it says organic, that's when maybe you say they're doing just enough to get that organic label.
Right. It's like you go to the grocery store and they say get sourdough bread. You really don't know if it's actual sourdough bread. Right. It sourdough starter. Oh, very upset with my sourdough last week.
Upset.
It wouldn't proof properly, so I've got the whole thing down. Yeah. So it rises up, gets all bubbly. Yeah. It doubles in size a little bit. So
it never rose.
Well, it rose when it was in I was proofing it, but then when I went to bake it, it didn't rise again. It was flat.
You got to talk nice to it.
That's what it is too. That's what it is. I was ignoring her, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Let me see here. Susan Brooks. She's jumping in here on the organic. It's more so because they don't produce as much to lower the cost.
Well, that's true too. Yeah, it's not mass production. It's a smaller. smaller. Yeah.
Not to disagree with Susan. So she's saying that we don't produce as much. So it's okay. Interesting.
I mean, I think there's all these factors, right?
Yeah.
And I still think that for certain things you want to get, and again, read the label, because there's multiple, you can get non-GMO, organic, free range, grass. There's a whole list of things you could look to see, especially when it comes to protein, what the label reads. And again, so my whole point is I trust D'Artagnan much more than I would trust one of the big agros like Tyson's or something.
Sure. Barry, what are you talking about? I know you're talking about it, Brad, but it actually tasted really good. It didn't have all the air in it and all the airy texture to it. But I thought what it is though when you get it mastered and then you go do it and it doesn't come out the way I want it to.
So what I did last night was I tried the set. It came out really well. And we got the new oven. It's so much better.
Oh.
So I boiled the asparagus, like flash boiled it, and then I laid it in with the chicken breasts.
Oh, nice.
I put a little olive oil on it and some seasoning. So I put it in there with the chicken. So when it came out, that was really nice. And
nice.
Like not fried, but you know what I'm saying. It was,
that's the thing with the texture with that stuff. Is the Brussels sprouts, are they little cabbages?
They are. No, this was asparagus, but I do the same thing with Brussels sprouts. I'll parboil them, then I throw them in the pan with some olive oil, kind of quick.
My mother just used to boil it, so the texture was like, oh God.
Yeah, they're pretty nasty. They are little baby cabbages.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can't eat them now. That asparagus I can't eat. Yeah.
But when you're little, I used to look at it like I'm a giant,
Oh, yeah. Okay, Barry, here's a good, all right. So sourdough bread, you don't have to, if it's the proper sourdough bread, if you got your sourdough starter the way it's supposed to be, you don't have to use yeast. It becomes its own leavener.
Right.
Leavener. Notice the language there, leavener?
Yeah, I'll tell you, you're pretty impressive with your
my baking skills. I'm gonna make somebody a good wife someday.
You know what? Yeah, so here's the thing. You gotta make a video of you just stringing somebody out. Pick a guy, and juxtapose that against you with the apron on.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I would get some old videos. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. It's funny looking back at those old tapes, though. And I think I know I've said this to you before, but you get watching, I'm all excited to make a good play, and then make a bad play, I have to turn it off. I get mad.
Now, when you played in New York, maybe you didn't because it was a while ago. Maybe you did, but then at some point they give you a videotape of like a review of your year.
They would do that going into the playoffs. I don't know if they actually. I think they give it to us or show it. There was short clips, so everybody had their own tape. Yeah, you walk away feeling pretty good too. Yeah, show all the good stuff.
Show all your highlights. Kenny and I went for a run in the summer. And he popped in and he hadn't looked at it yet. And he looks at me and goes, I guess I block a lot of shots. So he had one goal that year.
I know.
It
is funny. I remember we were playing a playoff game and Phil Esposito was doing the color commentating. It was a year I played all 80 games. I won Players Player Award. Didn't score a goal. Yeah. And I finally scored in the playoffs. And Phil was all excited. He goes, he played all 80 games. He never scored. First player. Now he scored.
You saved it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I went 120 games one time without scoring a goal. I was out in LA. Got to the point where guys are like, why are you use your stick for? Oh, yeah. Mark, my wife and I go to once a year to visit her parents. We go to the restaurant. It's a small room, but everything is fresh, organic.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of people say that about Europe, right?
So here's what I want to tell you, Bill. Beth is gluten intolerant, so she can't eat like pasta.
Right.
Yeah. When she went to Italy, she figured, you know what? I'm all the way here. Even if it gets me sick, I'm going to eat it. Never got sick.
Really? Wow.
So this is just my thought. They're growing it. It's organic, right? They're wheat. They're not using wheat commercially processed here in the United States, which has loads of pesticides.
Right.
So I think that, sometimes we may confuse gluten intolerance with really, you're getting sick from the Roundup that they use. Right? Yeah. But yeah, you go to Italy or any of those.
Yeah.
Any like coastal region, Spain, whatever, the food's tremendous because it's like 10 minutes old.
Yeah. I know.
And it's handmade. Yeah.
Yucky on the beach. Actually, I don't mind. Beets are very healthy for you there, Juan. If you can't eat them, you can't eat them.
Beets are really a nitric oxide booster. And nitric oxide is a really healthy, critical thing with component.
Good. Where are you on butter? Same thing, right? As long as you're not overdoing it.
Yeah. I mean, I will put a little bit on my rice or whatever. Yeah.
Let me see here. Barry's starting trouble. Tracy's waiting for me to poop the question. Oh, pop the question. Yeah. Well, that's been there, done that a couple times. I don't think we need to go down that road.
Yeah, that was a sweet goal. That was That's a great shot. I mean,
I hope he plays the way he did in the regular season as a good player.
I think from what I saw last night, because like everybody played bigger because Ruffy was out there. Everybody was stiff. Everybody had starch.
Yeah, kind of neutralized Tom Wilson there, right? He didn't.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's one of those guys. Like every team wants a guy like that.
Yeah,
he can play too. He's got some skill.
Yep.
But every once in a while, he just loses it. He does something like not really smart. But he played within his game last night.
That's funny. He's one of those guys too who pick on the little guys, but then there's somebody else big.
Oh yeah. Remember, you probably played against. What was the kid in Chicago? Darcy Rhoda.
Darcy Rhoda.
At home, he was an animal. On the road, he didn't even know.
Oh, I can't. Is that right? Eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh. The Flyer guys are more like that when they get traded away from the Flyers. Then all of a sudden they're nice guys out there.
Nice guys.
Hi, Tommy. How you doing?
Hey, Tom. How are
you? Yeah. When they play for the Flyers.
Kill me.
Yeah. Let me see here. Rampy scored the first goal too. Then the doors now.
Yeah, I mean that was just a huge for him, for the team, for Laviolette, because Laviolette gave him a regular shift, and you and I were talking earlier that even after that ridiculous call to charge him, which was not a charging.
Yeah.
I thought you have to take 3 strides, right? Or more than 3 strides.
Yeah, that was he barely hit him too.
Yeah, that was nothing. But the Laviolette put him right back out. So that was good.
Any of the pastas made without using eggs. Maybe that's why your wife didn't.
I didn't know that.
How do you make pasta? I'm not doubting you, Barry, but how do you make pasta without eggs?
She's fine with eggs. She can eat eggs. So it probably was the fact that it didn't have the pesticides and stuff.
Right. Seriously, Barry, I'd like to know how they make it without eggs. And again, I'm not doubting you. Just
it may. Well, I don't know.
Put oil in it or something.
Olive oil, maybe.
Yeah, sure. Olive oil will work. Yeah. I grew up eating beets. My mother was from Poland, and we ate them a lot. Very good.
I love beets, but here's a little warning, since I know you're obsessed with all things. Yeah. The next day, it looks like, oh my God, I'm bleeding. It's just the beets. Yeah.
Oh, funny stuff. Are you? Do you get your prostate checked all the time?
A yearly checkup. Yeah.
Right. Do you enjoy it? That's terrible.
Well, I found out he went to University of Buffalo because he had a ring.
I told the guy, there's a coach's son. He's the urologist in Greenwich here. So he said, Tom, this was years ago. He says, Tom, you got to come in, get your prostate test. And I guess I wasn't thinking through the whole process.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there talking hockey. And I says, okay, pull your pants down, jump up on the table, and bend over.
Was he concerned when he went? Never mind.
Well, I had his 2 hands on my shoulders.
He held you down.
Yeah.
Prison style.
He did a prostate biopsy too. So you got to stick the tool up there.
Oh, that I have not had.
He lays me on the side.
Never have.
He lays me on my side, my butt sticking out. And it's just him and I in the room there. He goes, man, you got a big butt. I go, shut up. Just put that
just clip it.
Oh, yeah. There's no freezer or anything like that, too. It just sticks up there and snip a piece of it out.
I'm hoping to avoid that.
Yeah.
A little bit of pleasantry.
Yeah. You got to try everything once, though, right?
Not that.
No, you're right. Semolina flour and water being the only ingredients used. Oh, very cool.
Oh, okay.
Semolina flour.
Barry is a really good resource. He's on it, man.
Yeah, him,
Susan.
Yeah.
And Ron Jameson, too.
Yeah. Deb Anderson's up there, too.
Of course, Bill Hayes, too.
Yeah. Oh, no, we learn a lot of these shows.
We should just let them do it. We should just sit back.
Really? Isn't that what we kind of do anyways? We kind of just babble. Do a lot of talking.
We're not the brightest bulbs on the tree.
I wish, you know what? It's better to be that way, too.
Yeah. Blissful ignorance.
Yes. Thoroughly blissful ignorance. Exactly. Thoroughly blissful ignorance.
So
go ahead.
I was going to say, so we're going back to the fighting in the CTE. So I was saying, Beth, because Netflix has this, we didn't watch it, but we're probably going to watch tonight, documentary on OJ. Like, we're all kind of overdone with OJ.
Yeah.
But it was interesting because it was from a different perspective, right? About people who knew him earlier on.
Right.
So I said to her, do you think maybe his behavior was from CTE? And she said, well, that's a good question. Because, the other night, so Saturday night, I think it was, she's going through all the movies. And like, I kind of owe her a couple. Some comedies or romance kind of stuff. I owe her. So she's like going through the movies. Go, we saw that. I'm sitting there going, I don't remember that at all.
Sorry.
Yeah. Like 7 movies. I'm like, we saw that. I'm saying, I was like, I don't remember. Yeah.
Okay, Susan, let's get on this case here. Barry Beck has a book come out. He announced today on Facebook. Good. Okay, let's get something clear. He announced it's been a long process. It's taken him 3 years to get it done, Susan. So don't.
Oh, I see what Susan's doing there.
Yeah. Susan, no. Yeah. And it's also
subtle, but good.
She's good. She's good. Yeah, we'll dig in there.
Yeah.
And relentless too. Like she doesn't stop. It's just constant.
Well, you need it, man. We all need a foot up our,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Let's see what Barry's done a little research on here. It's made through the milling process of durum wheat. Its coarse compared to regular flour. It's most just like pasta. Oh, we're interesting. Wow, look at Barry go.
Yeah,
Go
he's
Barry.
on it, man.
Man.
He's on it.
Oh, I'm getting the hankering to make some homemade pasta again. Man. Now
I never made homemade pasta.
you know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought. It's they. I don't know if they do this to make it look fancy, but you make a little pile of flour and you make
Put
the
the egg
whole.
in the middle.
But then I've all seen other guys, they just do it in a bowl.
Yeah.
It ends up being the
Yeah.
same thing.
Same thing.
And then once you do that, it's the same process. You gotta knead it for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then let it sit for a little bit and carve it up. And you get a little pasta maker. You don't have to, you can roll it out and carve it with a knife if you want to. But I got a little pasta maker that the Rangers gave me several years ago. Made it really easy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Is that like a hand?
Hand crank thing. And it's got different levels on it. So like 7 different levels. So you put it in the first time at 7,
Right.
then you put it in again at 6, and then 5. So it gets thinner and thinner. And then on the other side, you can make it into linguine or regular spaghetti.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, good too, man.
Yeah. Yeah, on some of the shows on television when they're in Italy and you've seen the guys do it, it's so cool.
Yeah.
The way they spread it out and they cut it. And all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
It's a real process. It's one of those
It's
things that the first time you do it, it's a mess everywhere, right? And then you figure, okay, settle down.
It's artistic. For sure.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, so did I tell you the story? The 2 guys that were skating last week, 2 guys were what are they, editors for this TV show called Alone. Did I tell you the story?
Yeah. No. That's a good
It's
show.
based in Canada. A lot of shows are in Canada. They dropped 10 people off,
Mhm.
10 different locations out in the middle of nowhere. And you can have 10 items you can bring with you, like just like a knife or whatever you want. And then, but nobody knows when anybody else is coming home. Like everybody else could quit after 5 days. The theory is it's the last man standing. So if you sit there 40 days, you could have stayed for 10 days on the show. Yeah.
Yeah. I watched, I think the first episodes or whatever. It was pretty cool.
Oh,
And really what it boiled down to was just finding food is
Yeah.
a lot more difficult than people think,
right.
especially protein, especially when you're and everything's frozen, right?
Yeah.
So, setting up traps, or some guys women too, would build their own bow and arrow. It's pretty interesting.
Oh,
And you'd be surprised what you'd eat.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I remember being out there in Survivor. I mean, we had rice every day, so it wasn't that bad. But made coconuts too. But yeah, we had little crab shells or whatever. And I grabbed it. I didn't realize I had a little poop. So I ate the crab. It's like a drop of it, but
It's fertilizer. No
yeah, it was, man, I made dirty, right? Because you're going out in the ocean there, pooping, you have to wipe your butt with your bare hand. And then there's no soap or water, obviously the ocean, but no soap. And then you're eating your rice with your fingers. It's like, God.
You got to remember which hand you use.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Tracy Marie, the star of the show.
There she is.
So, yeah. So it's always, so she comes on and watches the show and waits for approximately 15 to 20 minutes and then makes this grand entrance, right?
That's cool.
Should she give me a compliment here? Good morning, Mark, and happiness. Am I happy?
Thank you. I think she's wishing me happiness.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you, Tracy.
That
To you as
be
well.
nice to me.
To you as well.
Yes. Let me see here, Mr. Barry Shelley. Made a great wife to someone. Yeah, I know. Ron Gresham said that to me the other day. I'm making a great wife to somebody. Yeah. Cooking. How about the Winnipeg Jets? Yeah, what was the score of that game?
Yeah, 7-6.
7-6. Great goaltending. I didn't see in the highlights. Was it bad goaltending or just wild?
I didn't see the game, but I was talking to my son Sean this morning about it.
So, okay, now, what are we figuring with the Rangers here? So, are they really that good the way they played yesterday, or it's a little bit?
Yeah, I
washed?
think this 5-game series. I think Washington
Yeah.
may win a game, but it's a 5-game series. Washington's they're not very good.
Yeah.
Ovechkin didn't have one shot on goal yesterday.
Oh, is that right? Well,
Yeah.
so the question then is, when they play the next series, they win this series. Are they?
Carolina or Islanders? Which
Yeah.
either
Carolina's
one's
a good team.
for differing reasons. Both of those could be. They got to be on it.
Right. And then I didn't see the highlights, but Boston and Toronto had a little wild game too. A lot of fighting.
Yeah, I think they play tonight, so I'm going to watch that. That should be interesting.
Yeah, Toronto's got their reputation is you can push them around, so they've got to fight that. Right. They got Reeves there now, so interesting stuff.
It was good to see the physicality last night, which was clean. I mean, no anything stupid. I mean, guys were playing hard.
Yeah.
It's hockey, man.
Yeah, the Garden gets going during the playoff games. Oh my God. Fun stuff.
I think that if I remember right, as far as gambling goes, just playing at home is a half a goal. Just
really?
being in the barn. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. I was just before the show, I was having a nice long conversation with Dave Maloney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the weekend I watched the the LA series on YouTube, and he played fantastic. He got hurt, hurt his knee, but we were laughing, telling some of the old stories. It's a different game back then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's a good player, real good player.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot how good he was. I forgot how good Ron Duguay was. Like, he was a dominant player.
Yeah.
Later in his career became more of like a third line guy, but man, he was good killing penalties.
Yeah.
Crash was unbelievable. Yeah. Crash was unbelievable. That was a fun team to be on, that team, that 80-81 team, man. It was like a really so much different. Like when Herb Brooks came on, then it turned into a different team, smaller, still great guys. Like my favorite two teams when I was with the Rangers was the 80-81 team and then the 83-84. Excuse me. But the one common denominator, gritty guys, like just mentally gritty, like fighting it out. Yeah, it was cool. Let's see here. Okay. Let me see here. The question is, why weren't you on that video wishing? You got to spread the wealth. I can't do everything, Tracy. All right, I'm trying to give these people other things to do. Yeah. You tell me, I'm very confident in myself, or maybe overconfident. I don't know if that's. Dave was on the video. Yes, he was. Rob Gresham was on. Michael Del Zotto. Man, it's funny to see a young guy like that. Only old guys.
Yeah, that's a guy that was a little. I thought he was going to have he had a career.
Yeah.
But I thought he was going to have a little bit more impact because he could skate. He could really skate, that kid.
I think he does like the mirrors quite a bit.
Yes, he does.
Yes. It's good. It's good. Yeah. But you're confident in yourself.
I hated mirrors.
That's not true. Nick was on there too. Yeah, Nick started off. Maybe not. Let me see here. Maybe not playing nice in the sandbox. No, I'm in the good books. No, they're just spreading the wealth. They're trying to get younger guys to do that stuff. Yeah. Oh man, we had a tough team. Oh man. Yeah. Even after we had the brawl, so we started with 6 defensemen. Well, Gresham was actually playing forward, and 3 of the defensemen got kicked out. So Barry Beck, Eddie Hospodar, and Chris Katsopoulos. And then Dave Maloney got hurt. So we went like 3 defensemen for the last half of the game.
Oh, Jesus. Who are the 3? You and who else?
Me and Vad and Gresham.
Oh, okay.
And and we're down, so we're going to be carrying the puck to get yourselves back in the game. Yeah. So we're up and down. It was a blast, though. It was fun.
Yeah. Fun.
They're all making nice plays. I went through, crashed the goalie. Duguay put in the rebound. That was my nice play.
That's a helper in my book.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny watching it because Gresh's out there dangling, everything bad, smooth, and the whole bit. And then here comes Tom and barreling through the crease.
Whatever it takes, man.
Yeah, it was fun. Maybe you need an ass kicking. Yeah, I think that. My father said that to me one time. We were playing ping pong in the basement, and I was being a cocky teenager. And he's mad at me too. Someday somebody's going to kick the shit out of you, and I hope I'm there to watch it. When somebody say something like that, it makes it worse, though, right? Because now you're cockier. They can,
challenge you.
Yeah. Okay, so now the weather's getting nicer with the dog walking. Then there's a new couple moved in, an elderly couple. They get a little yappy dog. I had to kind of teach them
how it works.
How the
land of laid long.
Yeah, they're right behind the deck and sitting there, a nice sunny night, a nice bright night and warm and everything, and the dog starts yapping. And I don't think dogs are going to yap. That's fine. It's understandable. But make an effort to stop the dog.
Yeah, you do toss a hamburger over the fence. That'll keep the dog busy for a while.
Oh, that's true. I do. I'm terrible. Since I've had a cocktail, or whatever, I get like the cucumbers. I slice them up. If they're going bad, then just toss it over there. Toss it over the fence. That's it. Although I'm not going to do that anymore because I make my own vegetable broth. So I want to save all those vegetables.
Well, any cucumbers left over, you should brine them and make pickle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's right.
Oh, good thinking about you. Huh.
Every once in a while, I have one.
No, I always do. Younger guys. They're all older except for Colton. No, what's his name? Del Zotto was there. He's younger.
Yeah, he's still young.
Who else was there that was older? Brian Mullins is younger than I am. Let me see here. What do we got here by William Haynes? Rangers were tough also. Yeah, we were tough. Not as tough, though, because that's Herb's first year, and he got rid of Hospodar, Katsopoulos, so we weren't as. It's funny. I said this dude, Dean Tallis is a great guy, really good player. Him and Duguay came down together, but Dean is very religious, strong belief in the Lord, and then you get Ron Duguay. So the two of them playing together. I sit there and say, what do you think they'll ever talk about? They can only talk about hockey. They got nothing else in common.
years ago. I mean, 100 years ago, I worked in this place. It was just myself, the owner, and this other guy, right? It was personal training in the day, and then at night I was training athletes, right? So the other guy that I worked a lot with, Ted, he was a great guy. He was from Michigan. He was a decathlete, really good athlete, right? But like I'd say stuff and no reaction. So finally I said to the other guy, Bill, I said, hey, Ted, he goes, oh yeah, he's a preacher in his church. I'm like, well, why don't you tell me that? Because I'm going off with some stuff that's not too preachy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is a woman that works out in the gym too. I met her husband years ago and I hadn't seen him in years. And she had a shirt on the other day, not today, Satan. So we get into a discussion about religion. She was very nice. She didn't try to push it on me, but she said she's very open.
Yeah, well, listen, I'd rather deal with people of faith than people that don't.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Anyway.
Okay, here we go here. Yes, Tracy, we were aware. I guess I just didn't think you could put it like an older cucumber. I thought it was like fresh cucumbers, but
and when you say older cucumber, what exactly are you talking about?
Well, to me, it's not another. Oh, I see. Well, I was going to say it's the texture. The texture changes on it. It's a little wrinkly. Yeah. Let me see here. You're going to be part of the pregame fan fest? Not to my knowledge. No, I'm not been invited, but I'm the last minute.
Who was the guy? What was his name? Crazy
the
Larry.
Chief?
What was it?
The Chief?
No, the other guy. Remember he had like longer blonde hair and he used to hit the drum. I don't think it was at the Garden. He was all over the NHL, though. Different franchise.
Okay.
Crazy Larry or something.
Yeah. Crazy Larry. I don't know. Yeah. I thought the guy in Philly used to hold a religious sign up all the time, 316 or I never understood what that was all about. But.
Well, when you played for Freddie, did he ever tell you to be religious?
To be religious?
He said it's better to give than to receive.
Oh, okay. I like it. I like it. Yes. I'm sorry I put that there.
Meaning be a little bit physical.
Yeah. Let me see here. What do we got here? Adams in the Chicago playing the Hawks, and he couldn't sign autographs, and he was a jerk. Adams.
Yeah. Did he start off? Bill, did he start off in New Jersey? I think.
Was that Greg Adams?
There's probably more than one Greg Adams.
Yeah. There's a Greg Adams that played in Vancouver. Yeah. There's another Greg Adams. Actually, I fought when he was with the Flyers. He was with left winger, like third line left winger. Very serious question. Barry's got a serious question here for us. Serious question. There are some players who played many years in the NHL players' lives here. Some sad they haven't watched the game in years. Guys, you know what? A few things. Sometimes guys say they don't watch.
They watch.
Yeah, I watch. It's I didn't have YouTube when I was playing. I think it's fantastic to watch. It's fun. Bring back some great memories. Yeah. It's funny though. I get so wrapped up in it. If I make a good play, I'm all fired up, and then make a bad play, turn it off. I'm mad. 40 years ago, I'm playing. Yeah. James Patrick is doing that. Oh, today, a good friend of mine, I hadn't seen in years. He stayed good friends with James Patrick. Rocky D'Antona, people that know him around Rye, New York. He passed away a couple weeks ago. I didn't realize that.
Geez.
Just saw that posted. Funny guy. He's good. He never married, lived one of those things, Italian family, lived at home with his parents, had the landscaping business. He was kind of like our little, he would drive the wives to games and stuff like that. So
okay. Yeah.
Good guy. Rocky D'Antona from White Plains, New York. James Patrick really turned his team around this year too in junior. I think they got beat in the first round of the playoffs, but they were terrible when he first got there.
He's been coaching forever.
Yeah, and you know what? I've really seen the improvement in more of his belief in himself that he can be that effective head coach. I think it was actually good for him when they moved the team in Winnipeg and they didn't bring him along, because then a whole bunch of other teams reached out to him to really show him that they wanted him to coach, and so it showed him what people thought of him. So.
It's interesting now, and you and I have discussed this, but how many people, their kids are playing. So John McClain's kid, Kyle's playing for the Islanders.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And he played, so when John was coaching down in Carolina, he played as a 12-year-old with Brindamore's son. They both played together. Brindamore coached the team.
That's right. Yeah.
So travel.
I think that's been a big part of it. I think places like St. Louis and everything, where they had a lot of the guys stay around and then coach the kids hockey.
Yeah, right? Mike Zook, I know is out there. He contacted me for some Warrior stuff a while back.
Oh, cool. Mike Zook. Wow. Yeah. That's the thing watching these old games. You kind of forget about some of these players.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Brian Sutter was good. We had a tough team, like we're talking, and he'd fight everybody. He fought Hospodar one time. Only bad thing for him, like he's the captain of the team, and he would fight Eddie. They both get 17 minutes in this one game. Yeah. So Eddie was good. Eddie Hospodar really was calculated. I forgot how he knew how to start the trouble and to build the reputation, and intimidate people.
Brother was a priest, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Sutter family. That's an amazing story.
Oh yeah. They're tough dudes. Brian was good. He was tough. He could score goals. I think he had a couple of 50-goal seasons too. Crazy George, Susan says.
Crazy George. That's who it
Crazy
was.
George.
Thank you, Susan. Amazing.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Met Rocky. Rocky last year. We had lunch with those guys. Terrytown. Oh, yes, good guy.
Yeah.
Rocky D'Antone. Yes, that's where all the trouble started with Larry Melnick. We don't talk about that, though. Here goes Tracy. So she's being nice to other people to show that she's not being nice to me, right? Hi there, love. I'm surprised you
So
didn't love.
you practiced at WISC, right? Westchester Ice Skating Center 1 year. Were you there for that one?
No, I was always at Playland. I can't
Okay.
think. Yeah.
I guess it was the year before you, probably the year before. They practiced out of WISC because I remember when Don Maloney got called up from the Reds
Oh,
in Providence.
right.
And I was playing for some team, whatever it was, on the two rinks.
Right.
So we had this kid, Pickles, his name was. Pretty good player, but he was a little bit nuts.
Oh.
He comes in laughing in the locker room. What's so funny? He goes, open the locker room door. Open up. There's a whole school of kids, right? He told the kids, I think they were mentally handicapped kids, that we were the Rangers. And you guys didn't practice till like an hour or two later on the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
Yeah, not nice at all.
Oh, look at this. Here we go.
When we hit the ice, they knew right away. No, this isn't good.
Oh God. We had some. Well, back we've told the stories about the partying that was going on. So some practices at Playland were just hilarious because the guys rode all night. Remember Big Willie? Like Willie, he was a great guy, but he's way too big for the kind of player he was. But he's like 6'4" or 6'6" or whatever. And a couple of times, if he'd had a few cocktails, especially when Herb got there and going around cones and all this kind of stuff, Willie'd be like almost tilting over. We're all going, oh no, he's got timber.
I got a friend of mine, he's 6'6", and he got into riding the bike, right? But you know how like you put your feet in and kind of lock into the pedal?
Right. Yeah.
And my other buddy was telling me that I guess Steve stopped at a red light or whatever, and he couldn't get his feet out of time, and all he saw was like real slow.
That's a terrible feeling too, right?
Yeah.
Oh God, that was me when I first bought my motorcycle. I had no clue. Big Harley Davidson, like 800 pounds. Driving around first day, dropped it off my driveway, went driving around, didn't put my foot down when I stopped.
They're tough when you drop those.
Oh yeah, I saved it, but then I realized, man, I don't want to do it at all.
Yeah. Some agents won't let you get a bike or suggest you don't get a bike, right?
Well, it's in your contract that if you get, I think it actually says you can't ride a motorcycle. I believe that's the case.
Yeah.
But if you got hurt riding a motorcycle, they couldn't play more. They would have to pay you.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, I don't know too many guys. Maybe Barry Beckman had a motorcycle. I can't remember.
Tony Twist, look what happened to him.
Yeah, that's right.
And he got hit head on. He got thrown so far off his bike when he landed. He landed standing up and it drove his legs right through his hips.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, some older woman hit him head on.
Oh. Didn't one of the Plager brothers get killed in motorcycle driving?
I think so. Yeah.
I think he's like driving over a hill or something like that, and a car hit him. Yeah. That was. I tell you, I don't know how people do it. Every time you talk to somebody that has a bike, they say it's inevitable. You're going to crash your bike. Exactly. That's just like, and there's no half. What?
It's dangerous enough just being in a car around.
I know. Yeah, you can't get in a little fender bender with a bike. I mean, you get in an accident, you get an accident. Yeah.
It's flesh on metal. Yeah.
Here we go. Another convert. These guys. I think they're doing it just to get to me, I think it's a coordinated effort.
Yeah,
probably right. I know something about cloud seeding. We want to get into a discussion about this. Mark Stone playing tonight. CBA has to address this. I know I hear people say, how often does it happen? They did it with Kucherov in Tampa. Mm-hmm. They could apparently do it with Hedl here with the Rangers, and they've done it twice with Vegas. From all the players, to change the CBA, because, I guess who's it hurting? I guess it gives them an advantage.
Right? Yeah, does it though? I mean, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah. I see. I'm the same way with replays and making the game perfect or whatever. It's a game. It's a human game. Referees are going to make mistakes. Players are going to make mistakes. I don't know.
You let the players play through it. I mean, even the paper this morning, I forget who was saying, couldn't get any flow going in the first period. All these minor penalties. Yeah. And it disrupted thing, but you fight through it.
Yeah, totally. Cloud seeding. Mm-hmm. So now, see all the rain in Hawaii too. Like, do you have a theory? Like, remember they had the fires in Hawaii?
Yeah.
A lot of people were saying that they thought that was planned. They didn't. They turned off the water. Right. There's all the stuff that happened because they wanted to get some of the areas cleaned out so they can have build rich homes.
Well,
now they get flooding.
Each and every day that goes by, I start to believe more and more conspiracies because they turn out to be true.
I know.
Except I'm not so sure. I'm not really concerned about cannibals.
Cannibal?
You didn't hear what Biden said?
No.
He's talking about his Uncle Bosie, who was a World War II aviator. God bless him. May he rest. He crashed and burned.
Right.
But he really crashed I think it was on a reconnaissance mission. He crashed in the ocean. And Biden famously last week said that he crashed in New Guinea. They never found him, but there's cannibals in the area. So right away, all the memes.
Oh God.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Like Uncle Bosie's barbecue sauce.
That's funny. That's good. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Keith, I used to live right in roads, so unsafe. Yeah. Oh, terrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that's the thing I didn't expect. I thought the cars would give you more respect and get away from it, but they don't. They just
half the time they don't see it, but the potholes. Keith is saying, like you could be cranking along, so you hit a pothole, it's game over.
Yeah. I guess yes, and we have to get our cars inspected so they're safe.
You know how like when they repave a road, and and then like the manhole covers like this high up.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So one of the guys I trained, who was with NYPD at the time, and he was supposed to do what they call a smoker. So like, you work for the 7-5 precinct, come with the 4-4. We have beef, and then we're going to fight. One of those kind of things.
Right.
It's for charity, right?
Yeah.
So like, this was a Thursday night. He was supposed to fight in the city somewhere. He sends me a picture like Tuesday. His head's all you see is blood everywhere. I'm like, out. Quit, don't screw around.
Right.
He goes, no. They were in a car chasing a guy, bad guy, and the car hit one of those manhole, and he went head first into the windshield.
Oh.
He was picking glass out of his head for like a week, right?
Oh, is that right?
So, like being as naive and ill-informed, I said, "Didn't you have your seatbelt on?" He goes, "Mark, we're chasing a guy with a gun. We don't put our seatbelt on. We got to kind of hop out of the car quick."
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Hold on.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, did you send the White Sox tickets? Can't even give away.
You know what? I'll have to ask him. Yeah, I mean,
White Sox are having a tough start, aren't they?
You know what? That's an interesting franchise. There's a really good. I'm sure Bill saw it. Documentary on Bill Veeck, who owned the White Sox. Remember when they did the Disco Sucks thing and they were smashing all the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty interesting. He was brilliant. He's the one that had. I think he was with the St. Louis Browns when they had the midget go up to bat. Oh, I'm sorry, the small person. What do we call him now? I'm afraid to even say. Little person.
Tiny person.
Yeah.
Is that why we changed, like in youth hockey, they changed it to like U14 and U8? You can't say squirts and bantams.
It might be. I don't know, but it's pretty funny because when you didn't, like my son's playing midget. I go, oh, I'm sorry. No, it's an age category.
Another government guy. No government.
Yeah.
We don't get that. I think we don't. What do we got here? Did they improve you or your and fellow generation's pension? No, they did not. That's a sore subject with hockey players. They have. Again, Frederick Gresh is old punter for the Jets and kicker for the Jets and the Giants.
Sean O'Donnell? No,
Sean Lindell. Sean Lindell. Yeah. So I was talking to him. They've redone their pension just voluntarily. The Players Association has, and he played for a long time. He makes like $200,000 a year or something in his pension.
Yeah,
ours has not been. We would like if the Players Association set up now. In fairness, the Players Association and the owners, they put in a relatively small amount of money each year, $3 million each in the alumni for an extra pension, but
it doesn't go very far.
No, it doesn't go very far. Yeah, it's
well, they really should do something about all the guys that played before and laid the groundwork.
Yeah. You know what it is, and I try to think to myself, when I played, did I pay any attention to the alumni members?
No. I
didn't. You're so wrapped up in your career. Yeah. Now, when you're an alumni member, you think, well, we should be taken care of. But again, nobody really owes us anything, right? It's we played, we got paid. The ex-wives took the money, and that was our investment strategy.
I saw a cartoon. A guy's holding up a politician. Give me your money. He says, I'm a politician. He says, give me my money.
Let me see. I guess my brother was there in 1979.
Yeah, that was Bill. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty good. I don't know if it's on Amazon or Netflix. It's on one of those, but it was a very good documentary.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. It was Bob Gassoff got killed.
Bob Gassoff.
Tough guys. Those brothers,
Yeah.
there's Bob. Who else did you see? Like Gasoff.
That was a tough crew. That had Steve Durbano for a while.
Yeah.
Right.
What a sick case he is. And we had Frank Torpey, who was this police veteran police, come in every year and give us a lecture about things you shouldn't do. He had this Boston accent. I think it was Boston. Steve Durbano's doing 30 hard years. He got arrested for something. I can't remember what it was.
Well, he was dealing drugs. I mean, he really went up. Yeah, he was with the Hells Angels and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
He was a pretty interesting dude.
Yeah. Tough dude, too.
I think the story I read was he would tell his roomie, listen, I'm going out. If the wife calls, blah, blah, blah. And apparently she called and he wasn't there. And she said, well, tell him half the furniture has been cut, or the furniture is already cut in half. So you better answer the phone or something like that. Yeah.
So remember the night he pretended he was hanging the moon at the Garden crowd?
The Garden. Yeah. He was getting in with Nikki, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, God. Him and Brian Spencer for the Toronto Maple Leafs years go back in the city.
Spencer.
Yeah, he got in some trouble too, I think, right?
Down in Florida. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because he owned a bar down there or something. Oh. I think he ended up, did he get killed?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
He was murdered.
Yeah.
He might have been playing with some people he shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
I think is what it was. Yeah.
Let me see here. What Tracy has to say now. Oh, hold on here. Not as tough as you not getting invited to the Video Fan Fest.
Intervention.
See, I wasn't even thinking about it. Now all of a sudden I realized that now Tracy's like pouring fuel on the fire there.
Yeah.
Let me see here. What's our boy Ray Anderson? If you're fighting on the end of the show, you better be careful not breaking your hands.
Yeah, with the helmets and the visors.
I know.
It's so you got to throw uppercuts, and even then, if you hit the visor,
I know.
you're all chewed up. It's
see old guys like us, and again, total respect for today's players. But when they get in a fight, they're punching the visors.
Yeah, I mean they're just smashing our hands on.
Yeah. What do we got here? My father saw my oldest brother running on the field on TV. Boy, he was busted.
Oh yeah. I think so. What happened was, I think what Vec did that day, I think he had tickets like for $1 or something.
Yeah.
So, and it might have been a day where the kids weren't in school. So like every 15 and 16-year-old male went to the game and jumped on the field, and they were blowing up the albums and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. What's the dude? And they were beating on cars or something too, wasn't there?
It got out of control.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of cute when they have those things where they're trying to get stuffed dolls and everything. So they throw all the stuffed dolls on the ice.
Yeah. Well, there was a guy in Pittsburgh. They gave away pucks, and during warm-ups, the fans were throwing pucks, and they whacked a guy in Pittsburgh, and he got a concussion. I mean, I forget who it was.
You know, they put the big mesh up behind the nets now, but in warm-ups, I'm surprised more people didn't get hurt during warm-ups, especially because there's like 25 pucks out there flying up all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh, here again, Tracy's trying to bring back bad memories. You know?
Could have been 3.
Yes. You think back to getting married. Well, you didn't. You're smart. Well, second time. Did you and Beth ever sit down and have a discussion about that? About getting married?
No, she doesn't want it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're old. I mean, we're
well, what's the difference? What's the difference, anyways, right?
Pretty soon. Yeah.
You're together?
Yeah.
Let me see. It all stopped when CPD, the police came on the field. No?
Yeah. Well, hey, Bill, I want to ask William, because there's a famous Rick Monday, who was a center fielder, pretty good ball player. And somebody had run on the field to set an American flag on fire. And he did not allow it.
Yes, I saw a video of that. That was cool. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was in Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't know if Rick was playing for the White Sox then, or
I remember. Yeah. What was that?
Yeah.
Remember, it was a pretty famous player too. That
Rick Monday.
Oh, it was Rick Monday. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I missed this. The Kreider. This is funny. Putting the top of a stick. The high five. That's pretty good. Kreider's. I've been around him. He's a very intelligent man, very disciplined, and everything. But he's funny. Got a good sense of humor.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Yeah. I think I told you a story, and I was almost pausing about this. That when I first met him, we were chatting away. He told me that he knows how to speak Russian. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes he would joke with a Russian player would come to translate for the coaches, and he would tell the coach something different than what the player actually said. So I went around for like 3 or 4 years telling everybody, yeah, Kreider can speak Russian. And I saw him recently at another golf tournament, and I was telling him in front of Henrik Lundqvist, and Kreider looks at me and goes, I don't speak Russian.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah, he'd set me up.
So he's telling the coach, he's interpreting, he says you suck.
Yeah. But no, he didn't even speak Russian. He made up the whole story.
No, I know, but I'm saying he would tell the coaching staff,
that'd be funny. Yeah, maybe cool.
Yeah.
Let me see here. What do we got? We got here by Buddy Keith. Best way to ruin a perfectly good friendship and marriage. No kidding. Man, look back at it. What was I thinking? Like, why? What's the whole process? Like, you think about it, it's just another way for other people to make money, right?
We think differently at different points.
Yes, we do. Well, especially once you've been through it and you realize, well, that did not work.
It's an experience, though. It makes you who you are.
And you're the same way as me. We got our kids off our first marriages. So makes it all worthwhile.
It's a data point.
Yeah. Would you call it data point?
Yeah.
What's a data point? What does that mean?
Meaning at that data point in my life, that's what I was doing.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. No point in dwelling on it.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, you're right. Rick Monday was well loved.
Yeah, it was. So it was Rick Monday.
Yeah, I remember that video. He sprinted in from the outfield there.
He was a good ball player. Most of his career, Bill, correct me, I think he was with the Dodgers for most of his career.
That's right. Rick Monday.
How about the whole, did you ever, I forget who it was. They had an all-money infield. It was Don Money, who played for Milwaukee, was a shortstop. Dave Cash, who was the second baseman for, I think, the Reds. I mean, they had 5 players in the infield. It was pretty cool. I forget the other guys.
Steve Penny.
Steve Penny.
Yeah. Penny. And then the hockey players, we come up with some terrible nicknames too.
Oh, God,
yeah. Like Campbell, like the, Campbell soup, like so call him Soupy.
Oh, Soupy.
Yeah. Not very intelligent.
Some guys don't like what they're.
Well, somebody just don't like what?
Some guys don't like what they get stuck with for a nickname.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I call Aaron Veros, what's the Lifestyles Rich and Famous? The guy that's in that.
Oh, yeah. I can't do that.
Oh, what is it? I just said it today too.
He had the show, Things You'll Never Do or Have.
Yeah. Oh, what's his name?
Rich and Famous.
I call Aaron Veros that because he does not like it at all. In fact, like he just tries to ignore it.
Is he still part of the alumni program?
Yep, he does some stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Where does he live?
He's in the city, I think. Yeah.
Oh, he stayed around.
Yeah, I think he's partners with Henry Lindquist in the restaurant they have down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's he likes himself quite a bit. He's confident man.
He likes himself.
Yeah, he's confident. I'm at an amusement park with my daughter and her friend, and I wanted to check in with you guys. Good to see you, Danny Erickson.
Yeah, have fun, man.
Out of there, Kaylee. Nice paintings. He posted some pictures of some of the more paintings.
I'd go to the amusement park, but you got to be so tall for that.
Where do they go? Adventureland.
Okay.
My boys are grown now. I've been to an amusement park in a long time. That was a blast.
Yeah.
You stay when I was divorced, we'd get a motorhome. The 3 of us would go up to Niagara Falls and all over the place, take the motorhome. And I hated heights. I still hate heights. And but you got to walk up those stairs to get to to come down. But I couldn't show. I did it, but I couldn't show them I was nervous. Right?
There's a place in New Jersey. I forget what they call it. It's a water park. So they had this kamikaze, and it was like literally 75 feet up a ladder.
Right.
And my guys they're climbing up like monkeys. And I'm like, oh my God.
I know.
Now I get to the top, and there's like a 5-year-old girl, hey, smiling. She goes down. I get there, I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this. And the line's piling up behind me. Come on, sir.
That's funny.
Really, sir. Oh, all right.
Robin Leach, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Yes,
Thank you, Susan.
Leach. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I called him that. He just stared straight at everything. No comment, nothing.
You're harsh, man.
Yes. Yeah, some people don't have a sense of humor. Right? I told you the story with Henry Lindquist where I didn't know if he knew my name or who I've seen him at events before. And he came over to ask me if I played. There was a charity game. We're at the Chelsea Piers for the Skate with the Greats. And there was a game earlier in the day, and he was asking me. He was trying to find out if I played in the charity game. I thought he was asking me if I played in the NHL ever. Like he says, the way he said it, he says,
"Did you play?
Did you play?" So we had our jerseys there, so I showed him a jersey and everything. He says, "Yes, this is me." I'm done. And he goes, "No, I want to know if you played today."
That's funny.
Oh, I know. It's funny. The look on his face too is like, "Oh, you idiot." He likes himself quite a bit. Wow, another human. Thank you. See this? Oh goodness!
She's harsh, man.
I know, right?
She's got you pegged.
Yeah. Rick Monday. They call him Blue Monday in Montreal. Blue Monday.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Why would they call him Blue Monday?
Yeah,
I'm missing something there.
Yeah, me too. But we'll have to bring us up to speed.
Yeah, you go. Action Park.
Yes, that's where it was. Yeah.
What was?
Where that kamikaze, whatever it was. Yeah.
Okay.
And I tell you come in hard.
Is that right?
And so it's like about when you come down, it's like another 75-foot straight to slow down, and you're getting rattled.
Yeah.
Away.
Well, that's right. Rich Pizzano was in the motorhome. Bring up the motorhome. They tell a story when they played in Rhode Island. Pulling the whole team was in the bus. Yeah. Yeah, we took it up there to spend the night in the hotel. We stayed in the motorhome.
Nice.
Put the whole team in. Yeah.
Yeah, that must have smelled lovely.
Oh yeah, that's right. The equipment in
The
it.
hockey gear.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that was a blast in the motorhome. We had, but it wasn't really roughing it too much. We had a satellite dish, air conditioning,
Nice.
whole thing. Slides out to make it bigger.
Yeah.
So we weren't rough. It was still nice because you sit outside, have to get the fire going, the campfire, make the s'mores,
Sure.
as drinking the beer. So yeah, it was fun. Let me see here. Players no truth. See, hate to be a coach. Well,
Yeah, it's hard. It's a different way to coach now.
yeah, the coach. Yeah, it's a whole different. You're more the conductor, so to speak, right? It's like they've all got their own coaches for skills and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That would drive me nuts. So I'm the coach of the team, and then every player's got his own coach to teach skills.
Yeah.
That Adam Oates, former player, I guess he does a lot of that.
He does a lot of it, and he gets a good buck for it. He's very good at
Oh,
it. He's used a paddle that was like about that big.
yeah. He was good sticking it. Yeah, he was good. Him and Brett Hall, right?
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Little blue, what? Little blue pills. What's Tracy all of a sudden talking about little blue pills?
Viagra.
Viagra. Well, why is Tracy all of a sudden talking about Viagra?
She's
Huh.
just,
Kind of shows where her mind's at, huh?
or she's making an assertion.
Could be. That's wrong with using those things. There's one, I won't mention the team. There's one team that I had a player when I was representing him. They had a big container of Viagra right at the door. We'd walk out of the locker room. They had
Really?
Viagra, sleeping pills. And I was like, why is the team giving the players Viagra?
Well, coach said to play hard. We're going to play hard.
Oh, nice. Oh, Tracy, my
Let's be stiff out there. Play stiff, guys.
Yeah. Oh, get a good grip on your stick there.
Yeah, exactly.
Tom, how far right is it the Devils Arena back then? Same as the Garden, same as Coliseum. We would drive to the Islander games and Jersey games. Yeah, it would take us about we were 45 minutes. And that was weird. I think now, like that was two teams we didn't have a road trip for. It was like,
Caps, we took a train one time.
oh, really?
So yeah, it was cool.
Huh.
The food car and all that.
Huh.
Yeah. I
The
sat
blue
with
pill.
what was the guy's name? Tom Rennie. He and I chatted it up the whole way. He was
He's
a
a
good
very,
dude.
very
I like
intelligent man, right?
Really smart
good
guy.
Probably like almost too nice to be a coach, right?
Yeah, good. I think it was, to my way of thinking, better like for player development or
Yeah.
scouting. Not scouting so
Yeah.
much. It's just good hockey man. Really, to your point, very bright guy.
Right. Yeah, I did see that Messier chasing Sue Man around.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty funny. Messier was really, it was cool. And she said, "Where's your name again?"
Yeah.
Let me see here. Who we got here? William Hange. You're right, Roy. I remember that. Let me see here. Oh, Tracy's bringing up Mark's name. Mark Putler is actually very funny. Maybe he needs his own show. What about?
There's a show every time at dinner here. Trust me, Tracy.
Oh, is that right?
Well, my aunt one time laughed at not one time. She would laugh at everything I said, and then she told me I should be on TV one night. And my uncle goes, "Yeah, then I could change the channel." Unfortunately, he's still in front of us here.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yes, we drive ourselves. Yeah, different time. I don't think we ever took a bus. It was always drive ourselves. Same, like I said, we drive to the Garden, drive to Meadowlands, drive to Coliseum. Almost ran over Billy Smith one time in the parking lot.
Sure.
Even the Coliseum. Yeah, he was cocky too. He stands there, and looks at me.
Yeah.
Like, screw you.
Before we wrap it up, I want to shout out to CJ Negron. He's a kid, not a kid. He's a young man that I trained with a lot in Philippine martial arts. He's in Air Force Special Warfare right now, and he's going through their version of BUDS. And he FaceTimed me yesterday. He took me through a walk through the compound.
Oh, wow.
Where they train and everything. I mean, they had areas, Tom, where there was like just 100 hexagon. We were talking about the hexagon deadlifts.
Yeah.
Different weights, and it was pretty cool, man. I was kind of like, man, I'd love to just.
And where was this again? Where
He's Air Force Special Warfare. He's down in a base in San Antonio,
Right.
and it's their version of BUDS, like 3 hours a day in the pool, getting beat up, and then it's PT and all.
Right.
And then from here, he'll go to their version of JTAC, which is I forget what the acronym for it was, but yeah. So just want to shout out. It's good to see that there's some young men out there that's still willing to take on a challenge like that.
Yeah, they're there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody have a fantastic week. We'll be back again. We'll do the Thursday show, and then Mark and I again will be on the Friday show as well. So everybody have a fantastic week.
Have a great day, guys.
See you, buddy. Darn thing wants to freeze on me all the time.
Yeah.
We're still alive, so
Oh, okay.
because I can't shut it down. I force quit it.
So the game is tomorrow night, I guess, right? Oh, you're gone. All right, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.